What's up, love? I hope you are doing so good. I am so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for being here and finding a new way to handle the anxiety that you're experiencing in your body. I struggled with anxiety my entire life, and it got to a point where I just kind of assumed and figured that that was just the way that I was. I assumed that I had to cope with anxiety my entire life. Now, my anxiety drove me into having an eating disorder, being disconnected from my body, not knowing the difference between a yes and no in the body. When people would talk about intuition, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. The only thing I can feel in my body is anxiety. And maybe you also are experiencing that. And another thing that I want you to be aware of is don't identify with your anxiety. I used to always say, I am anxious, and I would wear it like an identity and I would label myself like that. Whereas the truth is, you are not anxious, you are experiencing sensations of anxiety, and there is a huge difference in that. So when I really began to observe my anxiety and look at it for what it was and not worse than it was, or I didn't identify myself, my being with it, I got to create space from it, therefore I could heal it. So over the last couple of years, I have really studied and figured out what truly shifts anxiety in our body. How can we create sustainable transformation and not band-aid on bullet wound approaches like taking something over here and trying this and doing things outside of ourselves. That may be useful, things like yoga, for instance, that may calm the anxiety, but what we really want to do is get to the root and heal it on a visceral level inside our bodies. And breath work is the way we get to do that, by using the breath to release the emotion in the body. That is what the journey is all about, is utilizing the power of the breath to go into the body and unlock the emotion that has been trapped for years. So the anxiety that you may be feeling, even maybe you're feeling it as you're listening to this video because we're talking about it and you're thinking about how anxious you are, but that feeling in your body is not necessarily what is happening in the world right now. It could be from years and years and years ago, and it's trapped and suppressed in your body because you've not yet given your body a chance to actually feel it and heal it. If we want to truly heal the emotionality in our body, we have to feel it. So my tendency for my whole life was, let me just avoid the anxiety. Let me get rid of it. Let me try and do something different with it. And it's not the way forward. What we want to do is get into our bodies and really feel so we can heal. Another beautiful thing about breathwork in this journey is we're taking the mind out of it. I always say I'm so much smarter when I don't use my mind, and especially when it comes to personal transformation, because for so much of my life, I constantly was thinking about how to feel better. And that isn't the way we heal ourselves. The body is the healer. We just need to let the body do the work. And so rather than stressing about it and figuring it out and trying so hard to feel better, we surrender the hustle and the force from the mind, and we get into our body and we heal it at a truly visceral level. And that is how I've designed this program, is to give you the tools that you know in any moment you can shift and move that energy, because what anxiety is just pent up energy. And so when you have the tools to be able to move and process and let go of that energy, you begin to feel your true essence, who you actually are. What you're feeling right now in your body is not your true self. It's energy that just needs to be moved and processed and healed. And that's how we get back into our bodies. That's how we discover our true essence, that feeling of lightness and love and abundance and play and excitement. You're not designed to struggle. You are designed for happiness at the deepest possible level. So for the next 6 weeks, you will be on a journey with me going through all of these concepts. So at the end of this program, you feel a sense of empowerment. You feel a sense of ease. You have this knowing, this deep knowing that at any point in your day, you can utilize the breath to calm down the body and get yourself back into balance and back into happiness. Because when we're at that place, life is just so much more fun and enjoyable and just full of excitement. And so this program is split up into 3 parts. The first part is the video portion. So I'm gonna be explaining how you can interact with these energies in your body, how to trust yourself, how to feel alive, how to feel peaceful, how to release anxiety, not through fighting it, but through feeling it. And then we have the actual practice. So I will be guiding you through a breathwork practice where you and I will be doing it together. I'll be in your ears and you'll be listening. And then we have the workbook where you will reflect your experience of your journey, reflect your experience of your breath practice. And then if you would like to share and get feedback from the community, you can pop over to the Pause Facebook group where you can share and ask questions about your experience. A lot will come up during breathwork, so you can pop into the group where there will be other people who are on the exact same journey with you, and you can all do it together.